Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington football team. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Carter now on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Nice satisfying run up first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Haskins to throw it. He's got his man. It's Butler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll run on first down. It's Love. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
When he came out of college, I thought his best attribute was being able to break the pocket and make plays in the open field. But watching him develop over the years, you see a guy who can stand in the pocket and deliver excellent throws into tight windows.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Taken down at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. This to Jarwin. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
35 yards that time on the punt.
Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Open man, completes it to Butler. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Good for a Washington.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the carry, it's Love. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love, 30 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Cowboys nothing. Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. chance to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. The shotgun, it's Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. They'll run with Elliott. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Elliott. And 3 yards there. Takes him to the 45.
Prescott with the give to Ezekiel Elliott. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Cooper's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
First down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A first down carry by Elliott. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
At the 20.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. You never want to give up a sack. And from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Prescott on the keeper. Fumbled on the play.
So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, Depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
3rd and long for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's Washington that scoops it out. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I think they have to make some decisions here. That's his 2nd fumble here in the 1st quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On play action, Haskins. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
3rd down, here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do. The pass tree in pregame warm-up, but I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the... The 24-yard line.
This is Love. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to... different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's Love. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis.
Haskins' pass intercepted by the Cowboys.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 14-yard touchdown. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in X. In field position, and only 1 play to score it.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This is Tony Pollard. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. at their own.
Let's see what our player spotlight feature has in store with Dak Prescott. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around. Step through it or just handle it, because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
No room to be had there on the first down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll throw again. Prescott looking for his running back, and he's got him. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Ezekiel Elliott. It's a gain of 6.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again, Prescott. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Zeke going to get it on the option. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. From the 2 now. Second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Throwing. Prescott. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
First and 10 at their own.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On first down, it's Haskins. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Well, the second down throw on target. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now it's Haskins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a pickup. A 14 and a Washington first down. They'll run with Love. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. That's what he's doing, forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
Haskins, a quick throw into the hands of McLaurin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Now it's Haskins. That's complete to Butler. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was all capped by Bryce Love's touchdown run.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now Pollard. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
On the return. The Cowboys take over first and 10.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. Open man here, Sims complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Haskins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 36. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they get set to host the Philadelphia Eagles. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Chicago Bears. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game. Game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now Pollard. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return. The Cowboys take first and 10 at their own 24.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their own 24. He'll set up to throw from the gun. This to Jarwin. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. I remember growing up playing basketball. My coach has always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second and 12. Gun. Here's Prescott. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
Prescott's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 4
yards. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That catch good for only a couple.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
10 yards on the pickup.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 32-yard line. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give to Ezekiel Elliott. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They go to Elliott again. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Elliott again the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Prescott now. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Prescott.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
At the 5-yard line.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. His kick is good. That time a 9-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, That's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one. So far. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, Haskins. That's caught by his tight end, Isaac Nauta. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Haskins will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
That's another Washington 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Haskins to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And Washington has taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Covered on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
At the 26-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Daron Payne forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Hey, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 36. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Washington on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. This is out quickly to the right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They turn to Love on the handoff. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
The ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled it nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Washington on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Haskins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll run for it with Love. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They'll keep it on the ground. Meeks, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another one on 2nd. Tell you, it doesn't do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets him 6 points.
I just wonder in contract negotiations, do you show the 6 points scored or do you show the yards per carry?
I'm showing the 6 points.
No doubt about it. And his team benefits. They don't care about yards per carry. They just care about points up on the board.
Now Pollard. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sims. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First down.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Second and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Prescott. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his... Oh, Prescott stripped. And does Washington have it? They do.
Prescott on the keeper. A fumble on the play.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
47-yard.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Play action. Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13. Yards that time and another first down. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Going to give it to Love. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Now Pollard. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Pollard on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Prescott looks to throw on first. The throw taken in by Sims.
Prescott's pass.
Not much there, only a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Cowboys first down.
Prescott yet again. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
Prescott.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. First down, Prescott. He's going to let it fly.
This has to go down as one.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, 37 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On first down, here's Love. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Staying on the ground, it's Love. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And Washington going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went... into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now Pollard. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Pollard on the return. Cowboys take over first and 10.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Prescott's pass.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
On first down, it's Love. Right. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Here's Love again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first.
Washington. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Peaks and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down. It's Love. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more on that one and another first down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Love. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Haskins going to try to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Tonight's finals.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were regular season, the first game of the year, and you know all eyes fans were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
It is just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Washington, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.